My first thought was when I woke up this morning, I could not believe that it was the end of the summer already. It sneaks up on me every time. And over the summer, when I was not busy getting lost in the woods or eaten alive by mosquitoes, I was also busy. This summer, I had the opportunity to serve on a committee at OEA up in Portland. It meant a lot of driving, but it was an exciting opportunity. And I felt a little out of place, because on this committee was just about every heavy hitter in the state, union-wise. There was the president of OEA, which is Gail Rasmussen from Eagle Point. There was the vice president, there was the executive director, there were board members, there were staff people, there were local presidents from some of the biggest districts in the entire state, and then there was me. Thank you. But I felt a little out of my league. I felt like the small town mayor that somehow stumbled into the war room at the White House. Just looking around at the big place. But also in the room on this committee was a very interesting person. His name was Bruce Adams. And if you don't know Bruce Adams, he was the president of OEA during the mid-90s, and he saw our union through some massive changes. Bruce headed up the effort to talk to as many OEA members as possible, and in the course of just a few months, he talked to 26,000 people. He restructured our entire statewide union. And in this committee, Bruce asked me and the committee a very interesting question. He asked, say you're at a party, and somebody at the party starts bashing educators, starts bad-mouthing our schools, starts talking down about unions. What do you do? Do you just sit there? Do you sit there and let it go by without comment? Or do you stand up for yourself? And it's a tough question to answer. And it's one that I have thought about every day since then in the summer. And it's one that I don't like answering because it's tough to answer. It is so much easier to sit there and to not say anything. It's easy to sit there and to just let it go by without comment, or to shrug, or to say, well, it's complicated. It's a difficult system. To not stand up for yourself. It's so much easier to sit there and wish that the public perception of our schools and our union would change. It's no secret that right now, public employees unions are not the most popular groups out there. When you turn on the news, there are plenty of people spewing some very interesting opinions. Opinions like, public employees unions are the reason we are in this financial mess right now. And that doesn't make sense, because if we were responsible for it, we would have gotten a bailout by now. There's the opinion that public employees unions are sucking at the teat of the American taxpayer. And that doesn't make any sense either, because I don't know about you, but I am a union member and I pay my taxes. When did they become mutually exclusive? And the one that really doesn't make sense to me, and if you turn on the news you hear it all the time, the public employees, like yourselves, you are great, but your union leadership is awful. So if I could take a second, would all of my executive council members please stand up again? Cons, stand up. Bargaining team, please stand up. They're sure. Look at this sinister union leadership. You can sit down again. Come on, we're a bunch of teachers and school staff. I look at it like this. EPEA is a lot like Weight Watchers. Because, no wait, just wait. I know more about Weight Watchers than you might suspect. That got too much laughter, thank you. When you go to Weight Watchers, guess who runs the meeting? It's not some sinister corporate head from Weight Loss America. It's a Weight Watchers member who pays their dues. It's somebody that pays their dues to Weight Watchers and says, you know what, I like it so much that I'll help run it. But getting back to Bruce's question, if somebody is bashing educators or schools or our unions, What do? Here's what you can do. Tell them to take a look at the schools that they are bashing. Tell them to drive by one of our schools long before the sun comes up or long after it goes down in the evening and look at how many cars are parked there, union members who are volunteering their time to help students succeed. Tell them to spend 10 minutes inside a school office and witness the single greatest example of multitasking and patience that the world has ever known. That warrants applause. Tell them to ride on a school bus and witness the safest and most reliable form of transportation available. Tell them to ask an instructional assistant who works with the toughest kids in the school and ask them about the successes that they see every single day. Tell them to take a look in the middle of September at a teacher's bank statement and see how rich we are all getting on our cushy union jobs. But really, when that person is bashing educators, tell them something. So I want to share a short video with you, and Mr. Schroeder is going to help me with this. The video is of a poet and teacher named Taylor Molly.